Now the government is signing ceasefire deal with various ethnic minority groups. Can we expect to see a one united Burma anytime soon?
No. The issue is very complex. Very complex. I don't think any top-down approach will succeed to achieve any kind of sustained or long-lasting peace with ethnic minorities. I think, first of all, we have to understand why these people take up the armed struggle in the first place. The answer, I think, is that they want to preserve the identity, the culture. Kachin wants to be Kachin. Karen wants to be Karen. Shan wants to be a Shan. And Mon wants to be just Mon. They want to preserve Mon culture and a Mon identity and a Mon language.
Right.
I think we need to respect. And we have to understand the root cause of these ethnic struggles. If we don't, it will be difficult to achieve a peace in Burma. But now the government is trying again. Like last time, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, we had a ceasefire with ethnic minorities again and again, again and again, and breakdown again and again, again and again. So this time, let me preserve my doubt. Let me have my doubt until I see that concrete change taking place in these areas.
Press freedom. How have things changed so far?
Quite encouraging. Media law is going to introduce in Burma, but delayed. I don't know why. But the thing is, in the media law, no one has seen it. No one has seen the media law. And it's going to be, again, it's going to be top-down approach from the government, I'm afraid. Particularly from the Ministry of Information. That media law is only concentrated on the print. It doesn't include internet online and a broadcast media. It's only print because we have over 200 print publications inside Burma.
Wow.
And since last year and this year, there are more freedom to write and report about a lot of sensitive issues that the local editors and writers were not able to cover in the past. If you were in Burma, when you were in Burma, you would see a lot of local papers, the front page, Aung San Suu Kyi pictures, and that cannot be printed before. You cannot even mention her name in the past, but that is now allowed. But still, there are a lot of sensitive issues, corruption issues, ethnic issues, human rights issues, political prisoner issues. There are new cases of land grabbing, because of new development projects coming and tycoons are given rights to build roads or the mega projects, so that people being forced to relocate it. A lot of sensitive issues still couldn't be covered. But I felt very encouraged. There's a space in terms of press freedom in Burma. And I would like to see is that space is going to expand. And we need a press freedom. We don't need a control. But we also need a responsible press.
Today, a lot of countries are rushing into Burma right now to do trade or invest.
Yeah.
What do you think about all of these things going on? Is it good for the investors themselves and good for Burma, the country itself?
Well, Burmese people need jobs. Even in Thailand, we have over 2 million migrant laborers and migrant Burmese living and working in different kind of conditions, sometimes under the harsh conditions. And if there's opportunities, investment opportunities and investment and business go into Burma, and even these people may go back to Burma. It was very competitive, which I think is a very good thing for Burma, for Myanmar, because the tycoons issues, the cronies in Burma, who've been very, very rich. We have a lot of millionaires, known and unknown millionaires, last 20 years in Burma.
Wow.
They've been very closely linked to military leaders. They live in very comfort zones because they have a great concession to exploit the resources. And they don't want, they're very nervous. They're very nervous that if international companies are coming in, they will lose. You know, it's going to be very competitive. So I think you cannot say no to international companies. We have seen, even in Rangoon, the hotel I stay, I've seen a lot of Malaysian, Thai, and those from Singapore and Western businessmen coming
Right.
in, flocking to Burma and looking for opportunities. But Burma is still not export-oriented countries like Thailand or other countries. It's still a long way to go. Maybe we have to wait. Maybe we have to wait another 10 years. You know, but we will reach to that stage when Burma see the more prosperous nation. But I don't think you can go and say no to these. But at the same time, we have to be very cautious because government really needs to change the investment laws and regulations. Because Burma is very corrupt society, and corruption, the tea money, the instability of investment laws, regulations, and business unfriendly in some areas. I think these areas need to be developed, and infrastructure not so good, and we are resource rich country. But also, I personally don't want any businessmen who come to exploit a country's resources. You see, I prefer more for companies and businessmen who will bring technology know-how. Will not exploit the human resources, but will build up human resources and skills labor inside the country. This kind of thing we need it for Burma to develop, to make it more progress, I think.
Aung Zaw, you've been fighting for change in Burma for over 20 years. Are you satisfied with everything that is going on right now? Do you feel that finally your work is sort of done?
No, it's never done. Never, ever. I think democracy is a process. I don't think one day you can wake up in the morning and say that we have a democracy. No. Even in Thailand or even in America or in any other countries, if you look at it, it's a process. So even looking at my area of press freedom, I think still very much we have to go, a lot of challenges waiting for us inside Myanmar, inside the country. So your question, no, not yet. I think we have to work harder. But before, it was more of a lot of darkness, and we were walking in the darkness without hope. But this time, I think there's a hope for us. So if you have a hope to work with and live with, and even though you have mountains of challenges waiting, you are sure that you can overcome all these challenges, I think.
Myanmar is now certainly at a very interesting crossroad. How it will further develop is to be watched closely. Positive development will not only benefit Myanmar, but ASEAN as a whole. See you next week. สวัสดีค่ะ